Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and I am having coffee in my garden. And here is my goal today. We have Hurricane Hilary about ready to come in tomorrow, probably as a tropical storm. So I don't know what's going to be left of the bird garden. I don't know what's going to be left of anything. But my goal right now, because anything that blows away can be put back, is to fuel up the birds. So the hummingbirds are constantly being filled up as far as the feeders. I want to make sure that every bird that comes doesn't find an empty feeder, and that's here too. I have to go through all of these. The other thing is the wild birds. I am constantly going through since early this morning and filling all the seed trays because I don't know what's going to be in the next 2 days. They may have a difficult time finding food. A lot of the birds may leave the area and come back after the storm, like maybe Tuesday. The main thing is, if they're full, not starving, not hungry, they'll have a better chance of making it back, even if they have to hunker down in a tree, a bush, or something, and wait the storm out. As far as hummingbirds, very possible they'll go into a torpid state, where if the storm comes through, and it's due to come through here in Southern California Sunday night, I believe, through into Monday. So if it's really the worst time is that time, the hummingbirds will be okay because they're going to be already in a torpid state where their body is shut down. In the morning, they may be able to fly around and find some food. I don't know how the feeders are going to go because they're going to be swinging. I'm going to find sheltered places as the wind comes in, maybe strap some down. It will be, well, moment by moment is how I'm going to run it. That's all I can do. I have lived my whole life in Southern California and have yet to have a hurricane storm go through, or even any storm like this. Coming through as possibly a Cat 1, and then even if it comes through as a tropical storm, let me tell you something. 40-mile-per-hour winds, constant with rain, is not good. Plus, they're saying we could lose our internet, we could lose telephone service, we could lose electrical. I'm okay on that. We're pretty good as far as set up on that. I can live without electricity. We've done it before here. We lost our electricity for 2 days, and we made it fine. Didn't open the refrigerator or the freezer, kept it shut unless we desperately needed something out of it, and everything was fine. I have my phones, I have backup batteries, I have power units. We don't have our house on solar, but the point is, I have backup batteries, and it does the job for us. So my big concern, as you can see here, the hummingbird is feeding. I want to make sure that all these birds are well fueled. It's just like us. You know, you get sick, you want to make sure you've been eating well, as healthy as possible. Well, that's the same thing with the birds. So I'm going to keep the seed going all day because our weather is changing. It went from just minutes ago, beautiful blue skies, to cloudy. I can feel the pressure changing because I'm very sensitive to it. I actually feel the migraine coming on. Gary said the same thing. So if I can feel it physically, I know the birds can feel it. There'll be many birds leaving. There were birds that have come in today that we have not seen for a while. We had pintail whitus come in, which is something that is an introduced bird, but we only see them once in a while. So they came in this morning to feed, and they may come back because they know there's food here. So we'll see how it goes. I definitely will keep you all posted. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be watching out for our neighbors. Our neighbors will be watching out for us. And you know, look at it this way. If my tomatoes, my flowers get damaged, they can regrow. What's important not right now is lives. You don't want to be walking around in the wind in case branches and things are flying through the air. Flooding, well, we know we may have some flooding here. We're moving cars where they should be, so this way they'll be on higher ground. And it's like I said, as far as the animals, our dogs will be fine. They'll come in the house if need be. If they don't want to, well, they'll have to stay in the house anyways. And the wild birds and animals, they're going to have plenty of food out all day. And this way, they'll be well fueled up so they can hunker down. When it comes to regular birds, your house finches, your scrub jays and all that, they're a type of bird that if they did not find food for a day, and they've got water, and water is not going to be an issue, they'll be fine as soon as things settle down. They're tougher animals. Hummingbirds, on the other hand, is different. If they don't get the food and they don't go into a torpid state, they don't live. So that's why I want to make sure all feeders are full. So the moment this thing does hit to the point where maybe they can't feed, maybe they can't fly around, then they'll be well fueled, and then nature will have to take charge because there's not much else we can do. And you know what? So far, looking around after all these years, going back thousands and thousands of years, nature's done okay for itself. Nothing's perfect. So all we can do is do the best we can. So if you're feeding hummingbirds and you're in the area of the storm coming through, or even wild birds, put out that little extra today. Make sure everything is well filled, clean, ready to go. So when they come in, they check that feeder, it is full. They're going to hang around and feed until the last moment when they can't. And again, if it comes through at night, they'll be okay. They can hunker down in trees. They know best. We don't. They know the best place to find a place to hunker down, whether it's a corner of something that they can tuck themselves in, sleep it off, and hopefully when they get up Monday morning, it'll be windy, we'll see, but enough that they can shoot over to one of your feeders, get a drink, that's the hummingbirds, and go back. And the regular birds, they'll go to the ground, they'll feed on the ground, and they'll feed where they need to. And if you have a place where you can feed the birds out of the rain, that would be good. We have this that we just put up. It will be well covered here, so I can put something right here. There was a drip line the other morning, so I know where the water runs. My yard here doesn't flood. So as long as it's not flooding, I can get bowls on tables or straight on the ground. And don't worry about wet seed. Birds can eat wet seed. They love wet seed. That's not a problem, but they can't eat it if it's underwater. So make sure your bowls are not filling with water. And if they do fill with water, get some plastic bowls that are heavy, get some holes in them. So this way the water that gets in there will run out. Think of drainage on your flowers, your plants. Same thing, have drainage on your bowls. So this way the seed is wet, not moldy, it'll just be wet, and they can still eat it when they need something. So everybody stay safe, stay well, and well, I'm getting back to work to think of things that I may need to bring in and things that I'll just think, I'll replace it or find it in the bushes somewhere. With that, have a wonderful day. I'm going back to make sure all feeders are full, so all my feathered friends, including some of the squirrels and rabbits that have come in, have enough food. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Stay safe and check on your neighbors when needed. Bye-bye.